7:47, sunshine, blue skies, high of 51 today. Checking in on the show this morning from London, England.
Whoa.
Is a part of the band you just heard, a band that sold 120 million records.
Certainly a more reasonable hour there.
Yeah, performed in front of 30 million fans. Next Tuesday, their brand new CD, The Circle, will hit record stores.
From Bon Jovi, please welcome Richie Sambora.
Hey, good morning, guys. What's happening?
What's up, Richie?
The not-so-crazy version of Richie Sambora, man. How you been?
I'm doing great, man. Things are going crazy over here, man. Well, first of all, I don't know if you heard, but we sold out the first three Giant stadiums.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're gone, man. And here in London, you know, they have that venue called the O2, and the first day we put the shows on sale, we sold 10 out.
Wow.
That's like selling 10 gardens in one day.
Wow.
How about that?
That's amazing.
It looks like we're going to take residency up here in London, and we're going to do 20 shows. We had, you know, interesting fact, we haven't been indoors in London since 1988.
Really?
We were playing stadiums, so nobody had seen us in an intimate setting, and for us, you know, like a 20,000 seaters in setting. So,
you know, you guys got to be pinching yourself. You're sitting here talking about selling out a football stadium, the new the new Meadowlands Stadium, and then the O2 in London. And you've been doing this for 25 years. Most bands
I got to tell you something. It's awesome. I mean, I thank God every day. I really, really do. It's just been such a pleasure. And then, this is even before this record even dropped. I mean, people even haven't heard the new stuff yet. And we're so proud of this record, and it's getting rave reviews and that. And then you got the documentary that just came out that's on Showtime. And, you know, we're rolling, man. Everything is really, really
great.
good. And, you know, we just got in from Tokyo, and we're here in London, and we're completely upside down, but things are pretty cool.
Why do you think you're so popular in the UK? What's the key? What have you done over there?
You know, it's been this way in Europe, throughout the whole continent, since basically we came here in 1989. And then, you know, like even in the early 90s when the grunge thing was happening in America, you know, we came to Europe. The grunge thing never happened here, and that's when we started to play the big stadiums here in Europe, and we just never looked back. It's just been, you know, the fans here just had a love affair with us, and the European fans are very, very loyal. So,
now, Richie, you actually told Rolling Stone that this album is a return to rock and roll, right?
Absolutely. You know, I mean, honestly, what this record is, a lot of it is about is kind of like what people are feeling throughout the world. John and I just really, really kind of plugged into the emotional feeling that people are feeling in the world culture these days because of the crazy times that has been going on with the economic downturn and, you know, Obama being elected president. When we started writing this record, we wrote it over a period of 9 months. And in that 9 months, so much had changed in the world that John and I had a lot to write about. And it's not necessarily political or anything like that. It's socially conscious, but it's very, very personal. It's about, I think, you know, what John and I are good at as writers, about how, you know, people are feeling. And you know, I like to call it like optimistic reality. It's not like sugar-coated, but there's some optimism in there, and there's some hope. And it seems to be coming back a little bit, so hopefully things are going to get a little better.
Now, Bruce just shut down as far as a concert goes, the Giant Stadium, the old one. What is your, you know, you got a favorite memory? You remember your first show there?
Oh, man. I remember it. I mean, the first time you play your hometown stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is something that's just extraordinary. I mean, we were on cloud nine, you know. And it's really the first stadium that we played in America. We had done a lot of stadiums outside the country. Obviously throughout Europe and Japan and Australia and South Africa and all through South America. But it was the first time we played a stadium in America, and you played in your hometown. And, you know, it was just a beautiful evening, and we played 2 nights that time. It's unbelievable.
Richie, we have to ask you, too, about the charity that you're really involved with. Tell us about...
Man, let's talk about this because, you know, last year you guys were so kind enough to help me with Kelly, and Kelly's a girl that she was diagnosed with a brain tumor. She was a valedictorian in school in my alma mater, Woodbridge High School, and I heard about this when just around we were doing that Central Park gig, and her family was outside, like, you know, the grocery store with tin cans collecting money because they had a real hard time. So I heard about this, and I just said to myself, hey man, you know, if you're a successful person and you can go home and just help one person, and there's a lot of successful people throughout our country and obviously throughout the world, if you can go home and help somebody. So I created this initiative that I felt that was really kind of cool. It says, you can go home. Remember that song that we had, Who Says You Can't Go Home?
Sure.
It's called You Can Go Home. Go home and help somebody. So what I did, with the help of WPOJ and you guys, is I created this merchandising, and we created an auction. And I said, whatever and I gave away guitar lessons and guitars and tickets and this and that and the other thing. And, we did very, very well. We raised $75,000, and then we matched it. I matched it. And, but the job wasn't finished. Kelly is, still in the hospital. And check this out. Ironically, she has been in the hospital now for 2 years, unfortunately, but she's in the hospital I was a janitor at.
Wow.
That's how you got started, huh?
Yeah, so what we're doing is I'm going to come on your show. Again, you guys are going to be gracious enough to have me on the show. And we're going to do another auction, and we're going to give away, some more guitars and some photos and some signed albums. And we put out a new coffee table book called When We Were Beautiful that actually accoutrements to the documentary. And you're also going to be able to buy necklaces and T-shirts and sweatshirts and all kinds of stuff that are signed by the band. And we're going to try to raise some money. And I'm going to go and I'm going to take Kelly home the day before Thanksgiving. She's finally well enough to actually go home. And I gave the family some money so they could build the ramps and everything that they needed to get her home from the hospital. So you can go to youcangohome.com or the Bon Jovi website, and you'll be able to see the merchandising and donate the money. And it's very reasonably priced. There's like all this stuff that's going on. I also created an initiative for my high school and the accompanying high schools where if they sell all the keychains and the little stuff that I made, the kid who does the most work and the most community service, I'm going to give a $5,000 scholarship to.
Nice.
Oh, that's
it's a
wonderful.
very good cause, and if somebody did this across the country, if some person that had the wherewithal to do it, it would be a beautiful thing.
Now, there's plenty of people who have the wherewithal, and they do not get involved, like you've gotten involved in this project. And got to tell you something. We're all so proud of you.
It's awesome.
Great job in support of your school.
I got to tell you something. This band, everybody knows about John's huge philanthropic stuff, and the stuff that when we gave $1 million to Katrina when that happened, and we built. I think we built a whole street of homes down there. We actually have like Bon Jovi Street.
Wow.
In New Orleans, man. We built a whole street of homes down there. And, even from the time when Runaway came out, when we weren't that big, we were doing things for, the Runaways in New York City. And then when the floods were in the Midwest, we would, did food drives and gave part of our ticket sales to that. So we've been involved with this, man. Anytime you can give back like that, I think it's a beautiful thing. And this thing, like I said, I hope this kind of spreads across the whole country. It's one of those things. It's a really great initiative.
Yep.
Terrific.
Yo, Woodbridge High School, he's still here. Richie Sambora, great job. Once again, that website is youcangohome.com. You guys rock hard, but you work hard for campaigns like this, and so lucky to have you on board, Richie. And we'll see you for the big auction, all right?
Hey, man, I can't wait to see you guys. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll play some music. We'll tell a couple jokes, and we'll do something good for it.
That sounded good, man.
Richie Sambora, Bon Jovi, from London,
I love you guys,
England.
man. We'll see you then.
Take care,
buddy.
Bye.
That's a good guy right there, I'll tell you that right now. He likes to have fun, but boy, he does get out there and share what he's got. YouCanGoHome.com will tell you more about the auction, how we're going to do it, and the brand new CD, The Circle, out, next Tuesday.
That's right.
And it is awesome, too. It's great.